Hi everyone, good morning. This is Eric Roderbois from EPGD Attorneys at Law PA here in Coral Gables, Florida. And we just had one of our attorneys go up to Broward, which for those of you who live down here in Miami knows that that's always an adventure, especially because a lot of times we get the homeschool treatment. My favorite is when the judge says, "Oh, nice of you to drive all this way, counselor." And then I look over and I see the other attorney has cowboy boots on, and I'm like, oh, this is not going to go well. But today we won another hearing, and the moral of today's story is even when you invite a friend or a family member, mainly the friends, to live with you or to live in your home or to share your home, I'm thinking a lot of like boyfriend-girlfriend relationships, even those, you should think about having a contract. So think about the context. You're living in a home. Maybe you own the home, and you invite someone to live in it with you. And of course, everything's great. You're friends. Maybe you love each other, so you invite them in. Maybe you make an oral promise to each other that you'll split the expenses. They'll help you cover the mortgage, whatever. 99% of the time, you're not going to have anything in writing. So let me tell you what happened today. So today has been almost 2 years. I think the exact count is 1 year and 10 months since we were hired to help. And it's a really sad story. There's a senior citizen lady, her son reaches out to me and he says, listen, my mom, she's already in a nursing home, but we can't get her ex-boyfriend out of the house. I'm like, what do you mean? She goes, yeah, we all live up in Maryland. We put my mom in a retirement living, and we went down there to pack up her stuff and to put her apartment on the market because she owned it. And there was a guy living there, and he refused to leave. And in Florida, just like everywhere else, when you live somewhere, a certain special set of laws come into play. Those are called landlord-tenant laws, and there's an entire statute on residential tenancy. And so the law, in general, is going to give a lot of protections and deference to those people living somewhere. So we have to go through a whole process of essentially evicting this guy. Now, here's the rub. Two parts to this rub. First of all, there was no written contract, because how many people invite their boyfriend to live with them and say, hey, before you move in, would you mind signing this contract? Which, by the way, this is my advice. My advice is, just like I recommend married people to get prenups, if you're inviting your boyfriend to come live with you and you make a deal that he's going to split the rent, put it in writing. I mean, what the hell? If you guys love each other, what's wrong with putting it in writing and honoring your promises? Because now this guy's not honoring his promises, he's not splitting the rent, and he's refusing to leave. Now, here's the second part of this story. He is a former disbarred, or I guess he's a current disbarred lawyer, so a former lawyer, and he is playing every part of the game. And what do I mean by the game? Unfortunately, our justice system is not designed to deliver swift justice. There's an old saying that justice delayed is justice denied, and it is certainly true. This gentleman has managed through his shady attorneys. He's already gone through his third. In fact, the hearing today was on another motion to withdraw from this guy's attorney. And every time they withdraw, they say, Judge, would you please give my client 30 days to find another lawyer? Let's put that in layman's terms. That's an extra 30 days of living somewhere rent-free. This guy has racked up 2 years, and that's only since we got involved. Who knows how long he was living there rent-free before the son got involved. I think the guy's already been in the house 4 or 5 years. And so basically, he's living high on the hog, pretending like he's the owner of this house, or at least he's living there rent-free knowing, and he's playing every game in the book. Last-minute motions for an extension of time. Every time he loses something, he appeals. The last appeal went up on appeal we won a couple days ago. Took a year. It was on appeal for a year. So this former lawyer who knows how to play the game, who knows how to work the system, who knows that the system is inefficient, who knows that the judges each have sometimes 1, 2, 3, 4,000 cases on their docket. They got so many cases that my paralegal who's filming this is going to nod her head when I say that sometimes we ask a judge for a hearing and they're right now, we're in November 2017, they're already scheduling things for May 2018. That means you've got a case where somebody is trying to get justice, usually some sort of money or a court to order someone to do something, and we're in the middle of the case. We're not even talking about a trial or end resolution in date. We're just talking about the middle of the case. Somebody files a motion, we're trying to set a hearing, and the next available date is in May, just to have the judge listen to it, just to have the judge make a decision, and then guess what? In this case, for example, then they can appeal, and then they can maybe buy themselves another year. So engaging in any sort of litigation is not for the faint of heart. But more importantly, if they had had a written contract, at the very least, when this was all said and done, we could ask for attorney's fees. because the written contract, just like all of you guys out there who are renting or all of you landlords that have tenants, look at your lease, make sure it has an attorney's fee clause, which basically means that if someone's going to make you go through the hassle of evicting them, that at the end of that day, the same court, once they finally evict that person, can award a money judgment for all the money that you have to pay your lawyer out of your good hard-earned money for out of your pocket. So that's my two morals of the story. Before you invite people to live with you, consider treating it like a real relationship, a contractual relationship, like it really is. And for those of you out there who are gaming the system, shame on you. I hope there's a special place in hell for all of you.